Presented by Wearable Fandom and coming to you live from Sinclair Broadcasting Group Studios. Welcome to Where Mighty Things, episode number 42, the ultimate question to life, the universe, and everything. Friends, we are live and this show is being recorded here on September 18th. This is a podcast all about the Roosevelt's brand and community, and if fashion, fandom, and friends sounds like fun, well, you came to the right place. To receive all of our content updates, please subscribe and ring-a-ding-ding that bell to get notifications of new content as it releases. Now, you just see my face all blown up and big, but I had to let the animal out of the cage, and that animal is my co-host, the incredible John Madigan. What's up, John? Welcome back to the cast. Grr,
so glad to be here.
Grr, grr, grr. How you doing?
You sound like my dogs when they're playing and they're getting, they're trying to fight over a toy.
Hey, you saw what I did to that cookie before we came on the air. I just went grr, grr.
Oh, trust me, I know what you do to the cookie.
Well, it's great to be back with you. And of course, I see a lot of folks showing up in the chat already. Hello to Andrew Ferguson. Hey, John Madigan in the chat. Danimal, Dan Chatfield. Ron DePody is here. And it's great to be back with you guys. Thank you so much for showing
Daniel
up.
Perez is here too. You skipped
him.
him.
There he is. Yes, he is. Oh, yeah, you're right. He was firsties.
Yeah, exactly. What are you doing?
I had my mouse over Daniel's message, so it blurred it out, and I actually didn't see his name. I saw Andrew's first. So sorry about that, Daniel. You were first. Well, it's great to be back with everybody. And once again, we're back here on the number one Roosevelt's podcast. It's great to record at the Sinclair Broadcasting Group Studios, John. We were acquired very recently and given the opportunity to come in. And, it's nice to be here. What do you think about these cool digs?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely nice to be part of the Sinclair Broadcasting Group. I would definitely not say anything negative about the Sinclair Broadcasting Group at all.
Yeah.
Everything seems in order. And we definitely are going to be speaking all of our own opinions, and we're not going to have any problems at all. Everything's great.
Yeah. This is like the Lego movie, right? Everything is awesome.
It's
awesome. But then I explode in a pile of bricks. Everything is awesome. That's not actually one of the lines. I just made that up. But
it's funny. Have we spoken about the Lonely Island on this podcast?
We have a little bit because obviously there have been a number of Roosevelt shirts that have been inspired by Lonely Island. But what's on your mind?
No, just I love, and for someone who's not very big on what I would consider to be comedy or parody music, I think the Lonely Island they make great music. Make great fun music. Their movie Pop Star Never Stop Never Stopping is absolutely. Did you watch that one?
I have seen that one. Yeah, it's good stuff.
I mean, I just think they're really, really, really talented. I enjoy them a lot. So I wasn't sure exactly what your thoughts were on them.
Well, I think they're incredibly talented. I have a lot of musical comedic heroes. I've talked about Weird Al on this podcast. Jonathan Colton is another one. Lonely Island is yet another one. There are a lot of really fun. But you know what my favorite musical inspiration is for comedy?
Dr. Demento?
No, he's good too. No, it's Prestige Worldwide, baby. Boats and hose. Boats and hose.
Gotta have me more boats and you and I have to do that song on the Roosevelt Cruise. That would be a great karaoke song for you and I to get up and do. That would be. I think we would have fun with that.
Now, didn't they make you know what? No, this is one of those things where I get lost and there's so many Roosevelt shirts that are all really cool designs. Did they ever make? I don't know if you remember, but John C. Reilly when it was at the end of the movie. Sorry if this is spoilers for the movie Step Brothers, but he's wearing this Yoda face shirt, the T-shirt. Mm-hmm. Do you remember that? Did Roosevelt do a print like that? I feel like they did a shirt like that.
Yes, they did.
Yeah, but was it a T-shirt or was it like a Kunu?
No, it was a Kunu.
Okay. Yeah, what's it called? Boats and hose.
no, I mean, I'll look it up real quick.
Okay.
Roosevelt's Yoda.
Yeah.
It's called Do or Do Not.
Do or do not. Oh, that's good. That's also that fits into the narrative of Step Brothers as well. You know, John, that the Catalina Wine Mixer 10th anniversary is coming very soon. It's the week after the Roosevelt second annual. I'm going to say I put the annual there. Second annual Roosevelt Insiders Cruise next May. So you get the opportunity, if you're so inclined, to fly down to Orlando and go over to Cape Canaveral, take a nice cruise out with John and the team, then come back, fly to the West Coast, go over to LA and get on a boat and go over to Catalina Island and celebrate the 10th anniversary of the Catalina Wine Mixer. John, it's the Catalina Wine Mixer.
It's the fucking Catalina Wine Mixer. I certainly hope that is your plan, Dustin, to come on the cruise and then fly over and then do the Catalina Wine Mixer. One would hope that is your plan.
That would be easier than what I did this year, because I came directly from Star Wars Celebration from Japan and flew over, and I was like, I think I flew back, and then I flew out. I got back, and then I flew out the next morning to make it down to Miami and come to the wharf and have a lot of fun with folks on the pre-party. And then, of course, we jumped on the boat and away we went. So it was nice to do that. Yes, we're still working on it. We're still working on that. But how are things going? I mean, are you sold out yet on the cruise?
I mean, so listen, I mean, we'll never be sold out in terms of, as long as there's space on the ship, you'll never truly be sold out. You can always, you can always buy space. There's, I think there's room for 5,000 people on the ship. Well, it's about 5,000. Okay. We are at 125 people booked and paid. That's really cool. So, which, by the way, that means we've officially beaten last year's number.
Wow.
We had 120 last year. We're up to 125. So there is officially going to be more people on this year's cruise than it was last year, which is really exciting. And we're not. Oh, Ron just put a great comment. We are not sold out until Dustin has secured his spot.
Well, there you go. I like that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So we're at 125 people, and that's really great. And I'm working on some fun stuff in the background that I'm really excited to talk about and announce. I just can't do it just yet. And I will say, though, that these announcements, they're pretty big. And when I can post them, that's when you're going to have to worry about if you're going to really get space. So book your room now before I drop some bombs.
Okay.
That's all I'm going to say on that, man.
Drop them bombs, huh?
Dropping them bombs.
All right. Well, that sounds good. Well, hey, we've gone already on too long before I ask you, John, my friend, what are you wearing this week?
Next time you ask me what I'm wearing, I'd like you to do it in a more sensual manner. It's kind of like
hold on. You hit the bounce chicka bounce bounce, and I'll get you.
Yeah.
Right, ready?
Yeah.
Play me on. Like, you got to play the music.
Bow chicka bow 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 bow.
Hey boy, what are you wearing today?
I am wearing a Tuna Flex. Oh.
Ooh. Tell me more. Flex that Kunu.
It's filled with bright colors. And it's filled with Mike Wazowski.
Mike Wazowski!
Wait, did I just say Sully Sullenberg? That was the pilot. Sully Sullenberg was the pilot who landed the plane on the Hudson.
Yeah.
Sully Sullenberg is not on this shirt. No, I am wearing a Scare Floor today.
Nice.
This is definitely one of my favorites. I always enjoy the compliments I get when I wear this one. This one I think is a little bit harder to find in the doors, and it's fun. It's definitely one of my favorites. Do you own this one, Justin? Do you own a Scare Floor?
No, I don't own a Scare Floor. There was, I think, I want to say at the MCM in London earlier this year, Scare Floors were just randomly appearing on shelves for retail, and I was like, ah! But no, I did not pull the trigger on them.
Yeah, no, that was your time to get it. That was your time.
They were gone. They were gone.
Come back. They were gone very quickly.
Yeah.
Oh, and Andrew Ferguson wrote in. Remember, that's Mike with one eye. Dustin, what are you wearing today?
That's Mike with one eye.
Hold on,
one eye. Get it? One eye. No, I'll come back. I'll come back to Pixar and Monsters Inc. in just a second. What am I wearing? I'm wearing a Synthwave Dogfight. I'm wearing Synthwave Dogfight, which is a Star Wars. I don't know. Maybe you can't see that, but this is the TIE Fighter.
Go lower.
See, the lower I go, the blurrier it gets, and with good reason.
Right. Well, we're under the Sinclair Broadcasting Group, so I mean, we gotta play it.
That's right. We've got to. I also got. I'm wearing the orange Giants hat, which is the regular one, and I got these orange frames for the Giants to make this orange in the shirt pop. I don't love it, but I figured I would wear it for something different. So, plus the Giants have been torturing me this season. They are all but eliminated, and they've just broke my heart 3 times in one party.
That's why you got to go down to the toilet store right next door and just puke your guts out.
You remember that? The Toto store that's across the street from Oracle Stadium. It's not true. The Japanese toilet store is across the street from the ballpark. Yeah,
it makes sense.
That's where they go to flush their season down the drain. Oh, Melody's here. Hi, Melody. Melody wants a Scarefleur so bad. I'm sure you will find one if you keep searching. And we need a boom, jiggle, boom, boom. Hey, studs, the party has arrived. Man, Gabe, coming in hot. And then Brian, yep, go Bills, you know it. And it's funny that Brian helps bring up a very excellent segment to our survivor pool for football season. So for those who don't know, Roosevelt's put up a pool where you're able to pick one game, the outcome of one game per week. And if your team wins, you get to move on to the next week. If your team loses, you're out of here. Now, John, how many people were eliminated in week 2 of the NFL season?
Let me just open that up real quick. A confident person on a podcast would have had that up and ready to go.
I know it's okay. It's okay. I don't judge. While you're looking that up, Andrew Long is here. Hey, Andrew, nice to see you. Good.
What's
job.
up, Andrew Long? I love him.
Thank you, guys. It's nice. It's nice everybody's here. Go for it, my friend.
Alrighty. So it looks like right now we have 173 people knocked out so far.
Knocked out out of how many? How many we started with?
We started with 545.
Wow.
We have 173 knocked out already. We're going into week 3 starting today, and there is still 372 people alive in the pool. So, hey, look, it's not everybody's game, but that is a good chunk of people already out by week 2. 173 people already out. And look, it happens, man. It only takes one loss to figure it out. And it's hard. I mean, I would love to know in the chat who's in the football pool and what teams you guys are picking and playing and whatnot, or who's already out. Is anybody in the chat? They joined, and anybody already out? Like, what was your team that you picked? And it's like, oh damn it! It's like I thought they had it, but we still have 372 people still alive. Deadline to pick is September 21st at 1 p.m. to pick for this week. If you do not remember to pick your team, you will be eliminated. Right. But I'm glad to say both Dustin and we made it through to the next week. So that's pretty good for us. And it's funny because I believe I said that I was picking the Minnesota Vikings on the last episode, and at the last minute I changed my mind and I switched it over to the Ravens.
Go on.
And Vikings lost. Ravens won. So I could have been out. This guy. Yeah. Dustin, do you second guess this stuff, or once you lock in, you're kind of like, I'm in. I'm not thinking about.
Look, 9/10 out of everything that I do is for the laughs or the yucks. So no, I don't care. So yeah, I don't care. I don't care if I'm out. I make my decision and then I just lock it in and I'm done. And so I picked the Lions. The Lions crushed, and so I made it through the next week. Some of the folks definitely did as well. Gabe says I would have been out. Raiders fan here. Yeah, fair. But you can only pick the Raiders one time, Gabe, and you would have probably picked them week 1. So I don't remember if they won or lost, but if they won the first week, you'd still be there and would not be able to pick them a second time. Andrew says he's still in. Packers this week. Yeah. Ron says I need
Raiders
that
did win.
$500.
Raiders won their first game.
Raiders won. So you would have picked them the first week, Gabe. You would have picked a different team, but you probably would have forgot based on that comment, meaning you wouldn't have made a second team. So you would have been out by default. Let's see. What we got? Andrew says I picked the Eagles and Ravens for week 1 and 2.
Still in picking Atlanta this week, despite the safer choices.
Yeah, WNGU 86 still in.
That's gonna be
ATL.
Yeah, that's gonna be William. He's coming on the cruise. He started his first cruise ever.
Nice. Nice. Ravens had something to prove in that game, so good pick. And
thank you, Brian.
And I just found out that Melanie uses the same strategy I do. I click on things with zero knowledge on football. Like this team, I'm allowed to pick them. And they were done. So
Dustin, you want to pick the Jets this week, all right? You want to pick the Jets?
No. Now there is one thing I know: never, ever pick the Jets. The East Rutherford Jets, as I like to call them. Now, last time on the cast, we were talking about a punishment. Since we both made it through, I have to wonder if you had stuck with the Vikings and lost, and we hadn't fixed on a punishment. I don't think you would have been appreciative of we came back and said, all right, now you have to accept a punishment that we didn't even decide on.
Well, if we didn't formally talk and agree on a punishment, okay, hey, look, we're doing this. This is what we're doing if you lose.
Sure, yeah.
You know,
Well, we didn't know. We didn't say. There was no stakes. So by that logic, I can just keep kicking this can down the curb, never agree to a punishment, and then there'll never be a punishment.
Do you not like the idea of a punishment?
Are you not entertained?
Are you not entertained? Chat, do you like the idea of a punishment between Dustin
That's
and
fair. All right, let's give it to the chat. Let's see what the chat says. If the chat says we have to accept the punishment, then okay, John, we're gonna do it. Now, I have a punishment, and we got exactly 0 emails about punishment ideas.
Oh,
Zilcho 0. So I only took that to believe that people did not want us to actually have a punishment. And by the way, if you're curious about how to reach out and contact us, you can send us email at wearablefandom@gmail.com. That email goes directly into my inbox and will be sufficiently ignored. Maybe that's why people don't send us mail. But I did come up with a punishment. Are you ready to hear my idea for the punishment, John?
Okay, I'm ready to hear this.
Well, actually, first of all, we've got. Let's wait and see. So Ron says we got to see from the chat. Like I don't need to reveal my punishment if the chat doesn't want a punishment, right? So Ron says, "Oh yeah, you've got to go full punishment." Okay, thanks, Ron.
I mean, so have you been a part of either a fantasy league or one of these other kind of things that happen online? And have there been punishments a part of them before, or you've just done it?
Well, usually the punishment is financial. You put money in and you lose, and the other person wasted on something ridiculous and stupid while you watch. Like that's a punishment. He's spending my money to do blank, blank, and blank. So yeah, I've definitely been in leagues. Now I will tell you the craziest league that I ever was in. Are you ready for this? Since you brought up fantasy,
I'm ready.
I've played in Roto, a lot of baseball, a lot of hockey. I don't really like football because it's not the sport that I know. So it's not that I don't like watching it or don't enjoy it. It's just I don't know the nuance, but I know the nuance of hockey. I know the nuance of baseball. I know a little bit more about basketball, but football, I'm just not like. I don't want to put money up on it. However, one time I was in, and this is the most amazing league ever. It is a league where you have 4 teams, okay? You have 4 teams, and you draft them all at one go. You draft a hockey team, you draft a football team, you draft a basketball team, and you draft a baseball team. And you're in the group, and everybody has 4 teams, okay? You ready?
Yeah.
And you're allowed to do trades across leagues. So I can trade Michael Jordan off of the Bulls. Like obviously he's retired, but just using Michael Jordan as an example, I can trade Michael Jordan for Wayne Gretzky in the hockey league. So I can send Jordan to your team and you can send Gretzky to my team.
Wow. Okay, that
super
makes sense.
super cool. Now
That's crazy.
you're in it for a year because it gets to a point where you've got to let all of the seasons, like it doesn't like break nice and neatly at the end of a season like this one does,
Sure.
or like if you run fantasy and you're just in a pool. But that kind of a league is super fun, and you get the craziest offers. Like most of the time, what happens in a roto league or a fantasy league is somebody's getting ahead, and they just try to dump, like people just dump players, and they try to like help the guy who's out in front get ahead and win, and
Yeah.
that's just not really fair. But in this one, you've got to be thinking about, hey, baseball season's almost done. Do I really need that? If I'm losing baseball, I could drop really good players to pick up and try to make up ground on my roto points for another league, like for football. So you have to like have this like 5-dimensional thinking going on about how to win across 4 sports with 4 different teams. It's super fun. It's a lot of investment. Did it once. I don't think I'll do it again because it's just so much. You've got to like watch everything across all 4 sports. So that sounds, pretty insane. Yeah. And Ron says that league sounds insane and super fun. It was super fun. I didn't win, but I had a lot of fun. And, part of the fun is just insane offers that you make to people to trade other like crazy people away. So, all right. Ariane's here. Hey boys. John, that's my shirt. What's that? What's your story, John?
It's not her shirt.
Okay. Okay.
But
Ruh-roh.
No. This is definitely a major whale for Ariane. And she really, really, really wants it. And she would really like to take this shirt from me. So she is definitely hoping one day to just come over and just grab this out of my closet and pretend like I never had it. I think that would be the ideal way for her to get it.
Wow. Well, I guess we'll just have to stay tuned and see what happens.
It's a major whale for her, but I get it. It's a good shirt. It's a great shirt. I mean, who wouldn't want this baby? Who wouldn't want it?
It is cool. It is a cool shirt. I agree. Now, well, we got 1 vote for a punishment. I don't know, John. Is that enough? Is that enough to take a punishment?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's one. I mean, it's still a vote, right? I mean, there's no.
You know what?
1-0.
This is, in NASCAR, if you've won a race at a track, they have this thing called a past champions provisional. I don't know if they still do that, but back when I used to work at NASCAR races and stuff like that, they used to have that so people could get in the race if they couldn't qualify the normal way. And since Ron has been such a hero and helped us out on the hosting, Ron gets to call it. Ron gets a past champions provisional here to call it. So the punishment is on. Okay, are you ready for this?
I'm ready for this.
Now we know that it's getting close. Like it's less than a month to New York Comic Con. John, can you believe that? We're both going to be.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, we're both going to be there. And I don't know if you guys know or not, but John is. It's pretty safe to call you an addict to a little substance called Coca-Cola, not cocaina. Like Coca-Cola, right?
I mean, Diet Coke or Coke Zero specifically. But
yes, exactly. Now, I'm not an addict, but I really like Coke. We are both fans of Coca-Cola. It's one of the founding linchpins of our friendship. And I think I've told the story already that when I very first met John, it was at MegaCon a couple years ago. I bought him a Pepsi because I was being nice. And, I bought me a Pepsi too. And when both 2 haters of Pepsi were so excited to have a great conversation and meet and talk to somebody new and interesting that we both drank a Pepsi that we both hated, but we still wanted to keep talking after that. So I think about like each of the drinks were just like, the mental narrative. Like if you had the mental narrative of like what you're thinking, God, I hate Pepsi. I wish I didn't have to drink this. We were both saying it. So the punishment is this, okay? For as long as John is on Manhattan, well, not John, myself or John. See, I've got the winner's mindset. I've already declared you the loser. We haven't, and it's not even over yet. For as long as we are on either of us is on the island of Manhattan during New York Comic Con, we must drink Pepsi products. Doesn't have to be Pepsi, but it can be like all of the knockoff crappy drinks that come from Pepsi.
Oh, God.
Preferably it is Pepsi itself. Okay. And you can't drink anything else. You got to drink, you got to drink, you want to drink water, leave the island. You got to drink Pepsi. You want to drink a beer, leave the island. You got Pepsi and only Pepsi. And so what I'm hoping happens is when you lose, that everyone's going to walk up at New York Comic Con. Everyone's going to know. And the worst part about this, I think you know, Javits Center is a Pepsi establishment, which means there's going to be Pepsi everywhere, no Coke anywhere. You're going to have to leave to buy a Coke if you're going to get a Coke. Everybody's going to buy you a Pepsi, and you're going to be walking around. You're going to be flooded with Pepsi. So you ready for this?
I'm ready.
That's a pretty bad punishment for the two of us.
That is a pretty bad punishment. I mean, have you thought about so my concern and my fear for that is my attitude, my mood. I mean, because if I'm going through withdrawals, I'm going through Coke withdrawals.
Yeah.
I feel like I may not be the happiest person. Are you gonna make me stay home from New York Comic Con?
No. But I do. But I think that the right should be reserved for the winner of this bet, because it's between you and I, right? The bet is between the two of us. The winner can immediately declare any drink dead. What I mean by that is if anybody tries to get fancy and fill up like a Pepsi bottle with Coke, we can immediately say that drink is dead and you have to toss it right then. Or if somebody wants to pour a little grandpa's cough medicine into the thing, like none of that.
Syrup?
Yeah. Is that grandpa's cough syrup? Is that what he says?
The cough syrup mixed with Sierra Mist.
Oh, no. Sorry. No, there's a scene in Dumb and Dumber where the cop pulls him over. He's like, "Are you throwing back a little of grandpa's cough medicine?" I thought that's what the cop, and then he drinks the bottle and he's like,
yeah.
You remember that scene? Yeah. Anyways.
I do. Yeah. So loser needs to drink Pepsi for the entire weekend.
Yeah. And when you go home back to Staten Island, or if we do Staten Island Fest and we get on the ferry, you can drink Coke. You can have Coke in your bag. You just can't drink it. And I think there needs to be a penalty if you drink something other than Pepsi. Like, what's the penalty if you break the deal?
Oh God. All right. So no, I'm not. No. If we're doing this, I'm not breaking the deal. No, screw this. No.
Okay.
So for the entire weekend, the loser has to drink Pepsi.
That's right.
And has to drink any Pepsi given to them.
That's right. Right. And and I need to go tell the DGens to not comp you like a Jack and Coke or something like that. No, you can't. You must decline it. If you know that it is not Pepsi.
So I can't even. So if we're out at a meetup, no alcohol whatsoever.
No, none. Zilch. Nada. Niente.
Oh.
What's funny here is, if I was listening to a podcast where two knuckleheads were talking about this, I'd be like, "Oh, that doesn't sound so bad. Just drink Pepsi or Coke. What do you care?" You people don't understand us.
You don't understand.
This is a pretty tough thing. I would say I probably drink 1 to 2 sodas, maybe 3 a day. You drink a lot more. I've cut back, but I used to drink. I mean, during COVID, I was drinking like a 12-pack a day of Coke Zero or Diet Coke, one of those two. I at least wasn't drinking the 200-calorie real thing. But that's real good too. Mexican bottles of Coke and a big ass burrito in the Mission. Delicious. Pepsi just won't cut it. But this is pretty core. This is a pretty core cut. This ruins our day.
Yeah, this ruins the weekend.
All right.
Hey, ruins the whole weekend.
All right, let's do a reset. And let's try to imagine that we both lost somehow. Okay? Because there is a condition. There is a condition where we both lose at the same time. And then the question is, do we both have to take the punishment?
Yes.
Okay. So what I want to do then is we're going to reset here and we're going to do the intro to the show as if neither one of us has had any soda other than Pepsi to drink for the previous 2 days. Are you ready for that?
I'm ready. I'm ready.
All right. All right, you ready? That's the intro song. That's my meow meow of it. Meow 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 meow. All right. Hello everyone. Welcome to Where Mighty Things. My name is Dustin. Today is September 18th. It's really great to be here with you. Hey, there's my co-host John. What's up, John?
Hey.
I love it. That's good. That's fun. Yeah. Now, if we try to do a show live from Comic-Con, which we did one last year, right? We did it right by the Outpost.
Yeah.
That was when we saw James Caldwell find the MCO floral.
Oh,
remember
yes,
that?
MCO.
We were standing there,
definitely.
and he's like, "Hey, I found an MCO floral." That was cool. That was a good moment. Good
that was
memory.
awesome. That was definitely a fun moment for sure.
And then he's like, "I listened to all your podcasts." I was like, "Yeah, thank you so much." It was cool. That was a really cool moment. That was basically a year ago, John. Can you believe it?
Occasionally, he still calls me Dustin now.
That's on purpose. And you know why? He's giving you a
knows
compliment.
it bothers me.
I just want you to know no one calls me John. All right. So it's on.
Right,
so
it's done.
Now, should we extend this to listeners who are also in the pool?
Well, they also have to drink. I mean, if they're coming to New York Comic Con, we can hold them accountable.
All right. So if you get eliminated before Comic-Con is done, you are also on the hook. And we'll be watching because the list is getting smaller. It's easier to figure out who's there. If you're on the hook, you're on the hook with us. You've got to drink some crap ass Pepsi Cola. And you know what the worst part of drinking Pepsi at Javits is? $8 a bottle.
Oh yeah. That's
Not only is it disgusting, it comes with disgusting price tag. All right. Well, that sounds pretty fun. Now we've got that out of the way. We've got our punishment. All right, you're in for it. Now I will say honorable mention. I think we've got to make honorable mention to your idea for a punishment that we decided not to go with. Would you like to reveal that to the audience?
I simply suggested that the loser has to go to a sperm bank and donate sperm and has to then check off the box that says that the kid can contact you when they turn 18. That's what I suggested. I thought that was a perfectly reasonable punishment for this, and I thought we could have definitely had some fun with it. So, but Dustin, my good friend and colleague, was not the biggest fan. So we decided not to go with that.
Well, I like the first part. I just didn't want to check the box.
You don't check the box. You don't even want to. 18 years later, baby. That's a punishment, baby. That's a punishment, baby, right there.
Yeah, maybe. Not guaranteed, but maybe.
Imagine having to explain that story.
Yeah, no, I don't want that. I'm older than you, John, so that would be a harder story for you to talk away than me. I would be like, oh, geez. Yeah, I lost a bet. You don't want to. No, just for the comedic value. I think it was good. That's why I invited you to bring it on the cast and explain it. I think other people would think it's funny. Let's see. What do we got here? Oh man, there's a whole thread we didn't even talk about here. People were comparing Coke, Dr. Pepper, and then of course Ron goes Pepsi and Malort. Now,
Pepsi and Malort.
what could make this punishment worse? Pepsi and Malort. Malort can make this work. So Gabe says, I don't trust people that say they taste the same. Pepsi and Malort.
I agree. No,
exactly.
if you think,
he's talking about Pepsi and Malort. Pepsi tastes like Malort. That's his point. That's his point. Let me see here. Oh yeah, here we go. Plot twist. John already did it and was going to reveal his son to us. Actually, I already did it.
Really?
And I'm revealing.
Oh my God.
I'm revealing that John is my biological son.
You're the perfect opportunity to be like, I am your father.
Luke,
Shit.
no. I am your father. I don't know.
I
That's
am your-
when did Arnie
That's not-
become Vader? I don't have a good Vader.
I am your father. I am your father.
You don't understand the power of the dark side of the force. I don't have a good Vader. I that's why we use the mask. Well, anyways, so yep, if you're in the pool and you lose and get kicked out and you show up at Comic-Con, you better have a Pepsi in your hand. And you better buy John a Pepsi. And if I lose, you better buy me a Pepsi.
Buy Dustin a Pepsi, damn it.
Only if I lose. Don't bring me Pepsi.
Only if you lose. You're gonna lose. You're going down.
Okay, well, I mean, it's possible. It's possible we both lose, and then we're both screwed, and then we both buy each other Pepsis.
Oh yeah, no, that would be fun.
Yeah. All right, cool. Well, now let's get on and talk about the things that we saw and that happened in the Roosevelts this week. There was a lot of fun. Man, there was some stuff. Marvel Zombies just dropped this week. There was a Roosevelt's Halloween drop, and of course, there was also the special drop zone. Yeah. There's going to be another one tomorrow. Actually, they just put out a clue. Now, you know what? I like you always say, a professional podcaster would have had preparedness. The one that they had last week was, and I forget the name of it, but they basically made a shirt that was old VHS movies of made up horror movies. And I liked that. I liked it quite a bit, actually. I enjoyed it quite a bit. Man, what's my problem? Hold on.
What's your problem? Well, that's a whole nother conversation.
Chat,
let us know what Chat, please let us know what Dustin's problem is.
What's Dustin's problem?
We can spend the next half hour talking about that. No, I actually really like the Drop Zone shirt. I thought it looked really good. I know there was some mixed reviews on that. I actually thought it looked really good. That kind of brought me back to going to Blockbuster when I was a kid and seeing all the line of VHS tapes and whatnot. And we had two VHS players daisy chained together where we would go and record onto a blank tape, copies of it, and that's how we would get our movie collection.
There we go.
Oh yeah, there it is right there.
I had to transfer it from my phone over so that we could look at it. That's why I was griping at myself. But yeah, they actually, if you know what we can do.
Turn around. Yeah, there you go. Oh, there you go. Perfect.
Now we can actually read the names of the stuff. So there was Sam Sawaniak 2. Oh, that's good. Graveyard Shift, Blood Barn, Chainsaw Beach, Puppet Geist. Yeah. Anyways, it's nice to be able to just flip this around and see this. But yeah. So that was the one that they actually that they did for last week. What'd you think of that? I don't remember the name. Sorry, folks. The name eludes me. But what did you think of that design?
I actually really liked it. I thought that was definitely a fun Halloween horror design. Definitely brought me back some nostalgia for me going back to Blockbuster and seeing all the VHS tapes lined up there. But I thought it was a really cool design. I was all for it. I feel like that shirt for me definitely looked better than some of the other drop zones that we got for Halloween last year. I feel like I wasn't too crazy about the drop zones that we had seen last year for Halloween because they did the same thing. I think they did 4 of them last year. I think they're doing another 4 this time. This was, to me, a strong start. And so I genuinely enjoyed it. You said you enjoyed it yourself. And I'm excited to see what the drop zone is tomorrow. Now that I know that we're starting off strong, I'm excited to see what they do tomorrow.
Yeah. I just was about to pull up the clue. I was trying to see what was the clue because people posted it inside of Insiders. And
okay, I'll pull that up for you.
Yeah, I'm looking right now. Come on, James Caldwell is like super reliable on this too. Lots of people actually can do it.
So the clue is bone aperitif.
Bone aperitif. Bone aperitif. Huh?
Yeah. So some sort of cooking.
No. Well, you know what an aperitif is, right?
No, I was thinking bon appetit, but I don't know what is aperitif.
Yeah, no, an aperitif is a cocktail. Like it's a cocktail. It's like
Oh.
It's supposed to get your palate ready for whatever food that you're going to eat afterwards.
Oh, okay.
So it's kind of like there's also a digestif. Have you heard of that one? Like there's drinks after dinner that are supposed to settle you. I'm like, it's just an excuse to drink. You don't need an excuse to drink. Just drink.
Exactly.
Don't
It's
just
like
drink.
you know what? It's like a fat person definitely came up with appetizers. Food before food. That was definitely that
Yes.
was definitely so that was just an alcoholic's way to get more drinks in. Same
Yeah,
thing with appetizers.
exactly.
That's the way I think of it.
Yeah. So I think like Campari, if you have like a Campari or Aperol Spritz or something along those lines, like those are aperitifs. So it's going to be something related to drinking, which is cool. So Bone aperitif. So maybe it's going to be the Reaper with a drink in his hand. That might be cool. That could be really cool.
That would be cool. I'd like that.
Now
I'm not against that.
there are a couple of guesses here. Brian throws out a spooky or Reaper Tiki. Jeez, Reaper Tiki.
That would be sick. That would be. I mean, look, all the drop zones pretty much sell out instantaneously, but that would Reaper Tiki. Oh, that would be nice. That would be. Yeah. I think a lot of people would go nuts for that.
Yes, any tiki seems to get insane amount of. Now, is there a tiki in Roosevelt's that's not good? Like that's a good question.
Is there a tiki in Roosevelt's that's not good? The tikis I kind of feel like are few and far between, but I feel like when they release them, they get them right. I feel like the tikis are a solid collection in Roosevelt. So at least for me, I'm pretty happy. I mean, have you been happy with the tikis, or is there?
Generally, yeah. I mean, the Creature from the Black Lagoon is probably my favorite, but I love the Tiki Anna Jones. I love the Goonies Tiki. Night of the Living Tiki. I like that one. There's a bunch of them that are good. Yeah, I'm just trying to think like some of if I don't like a tiki, it's very rarely because of the design. It's usually because of the color scheme. Like if it's not a good color for me, like this orange, not necessarily the best one. But Gabe throws some blasphemy, but the Goonies and Back to the Future tikis are boring. The red one is a little bit hard to follow if you're not a big Goonies fan, because the illustrations are the characters are not so iconic that they're easy to spot in that versus Indiana Jones with his hat, and you can spot Indiana Jones pretty quickly in the Tiki Anna Jones. So yeah, so there's a bunch of ones in the Tiki room. Fun story. The Tiki room, when I lived in Orlando and I would go out on annual pass, we used to go into the Tiki room when it rained.
By the way, the Tiki room was the gay nightclub that Dustin would go party at night. That was the name of.
Sure.
Continue.
Yeah, no, they have the best DJs there. Yeah, Melanie is on board with me about the Goonies Tiki, and Brian wants to see a John and Dustin Tiki. The story was, I did finish it. We used to go into the Tiki room to stay out the rain because the show inside there, not only was it fun and entertaining, but it usually was about the duration of an Orlando rain shower. And then you didn't have to run around with those stupid ponchos that they sell at Disney. And you're back on your way. And it's nice. And you get a little bit of cool down before it gets muggy and starts getting humid and steamy again.
Yeah.
What would a John and Dustin Tiki look like? Don't say John and Dustin. Don't say John and Dustin. What would be the five items? There we go. That's the thing. What would be the 5 items that you would see on a John and Dustin Tiki?
Okay. I mean, at least are 5 items each or 5 items altogether?
5 items altogether. There's not that much room on this shirt. 5 items that reflect the podcast.
5 items that reflect the podcast and the channel. Yeah. That's a good question. All right. I feel like it would have to be microphones.
Microphones is good. I like that.
Yeah, you would definitely have microphones on. You would have. Let's see. I mean, would you put like a can of Coke on there? Like, would you? Like,
we've talked so much about soda. Yeah, we've talked so much about soda. So you can put a can of soda on there. We don't want it to be a licensed product, so it'll be a can of soda, but everyone will know it's a Coke because of the design.
Right? No, it would be a red can for sure.
Red can.
Oh, Brian Long's got a good one. Glasses. We both have glasses. That would be,
okay. Glasses.
So that's 3. Something that reflects the both of us. I mean, maybe maybe like a plane, because like, you know, we're always traveling together to go to different. You know, the only way for us to meet up is by traveling. So maybe a plane. And you are the fandom traveler. And the last one, I don't know. I don't know. Reflect both of us. That's tough. That's a tough one. I don't know. What do you?
You're not good at this game, John. But the first 3 are.
I'm not good at.
The first 3 are
good.
The 3, I'll give 3 extras, and you can pick the ones that you want. And Daniel Perez got one of them. A cruise boat. A cruise boat.
Oh.
A cruise boat.
Oh. A cruise boat, right?
Yeah.
So hold on. So I'm trying to think about something that reflects about, like, the cruise. Like, I identify with me. Like, you know what I mean? But like, I was trying to think like what works for both of us. You know what I mean?
For more than a year, I think we've talked about the cruise, one of the cruises, every single episode. I think it qualifies. I think it qualifies as podcast content at this point.
No, okay, no. All
right. I got 2 other ones. I got 2 other ones.
I was fearful
I got the Woo Hands. The Woo Hands.
Oh, okay. The Woo Hands is, yes.
And then
that would be perfect.
And then one that only OGs will know. This is episode 42, John. Episode 42. Only OGs will remember the John Madigan Wall of Fame, the picture wall.
Yes. Oh yes,
that's
good.
Like one of those deep cuts that one of those ideas that just sort of fell out of the. Does anybody in chat remember the John Madigan picture wall? Dustin, my co-host, has not sent me a photo.
We did that bit every week. It was so funny.
Spoilers, friends. I was never, ever sending him a photo. We had already agreed. I was never sending him a photo.
The wall's gonna come back. The wall's gonna come back.
Oh, the wall's coming back.
Wall's coming back very soon.
Okay. Okay. All right. Ron's got a good one. Ron's got a good one that is not seen anymore. In fact, actually, I sent Mannequin Skywalker away.
That's right. Where is Mannequin Skywalker?
Mannequin Skywalker. I needed more room in here, and I wanted the lighting situation for this to work out in order for us to do live stuff. So this room that I'm in, and now you can see it. I guess it's a little blurry here, but this is going to be there's going to be a pull-out bed on the other side of my camera, but then this is going to be my work office when the office here in San Francisco closes down. So on the days that I'm working from home, this is where I'll be, and this is also where I'm going to move most of my YouTube and video production stuff. So I'll be in this room. So I wanted to get it all squared away. And I realized like Mannequin Skywalker was not getting the use. So one of the ladies in our building is a student of fashion design. And I said, hey, I've got this mannequin. It's a half body and you're welcome to it. And they were not cheap. That one, I don't know what that cost me, but it cost me a penny. And I said, if you want this, you're welcome to it. And I told her the name was Mannequin Skywalker. She said that was awesome. And she was going to keep the name. So Mannequin Skywalker is now posing and being used by a fashion designer, which I think is the best way for him to move on from the show.
Wow. Okay,
We've got closure. We've got closure.
We have closure, but I didn't get a chance to say goodbye.
You in fairness, you never said hello either. Or do you want to confess to talking to mannequins, John?
I've been texting with Mannequin Skywalker, for a while. I wonder why he stopped returning my phone calls.
Well, now you know. He lost his plan. I kicked him off the plan.
I thought I did something wrong.
But
now I know.
Now you did. All right.
Oh, you did.
Oh, you did, buddy. All right. So there's we talked already about the drop zone. There's going to be another drop zone tomorrow. Let's take a look at the Halloween.
Ooh,
okay, that's better. Yeah. So they actually did a Halloween drop for Roosevelt's, and I really am digging the logos here. I love the Teddy and a pumpkin logo. That's really fun. The colors are good here, And there were a few Halloween items. Let me I'll just expand this. Boing. Oh, gosh. There we go. So there were a number of interesting shirts here, including the Reaper's Delight 4.0. I'm kind of curious if any of these shirts caught your fancy, John.
Well, I mean, it seems to be every year we get a nice Reaper shirt, and so I think I'm always happy to see what Reaper shirt we get, and this is definitely a fine addition into the Reaper Club. I don't know if it's necessarily my favorite Reaper shirt, but it's definitely not a bad one, and I do enjoy it. I will say one that I'm really happy is back, and I made a callback to it on the last podcast. Was I said I wanted to see a Good to the Bone hoodie, and it actually not only did we get a hoodie, we got the whole damn jogger set. And the next, that was one that I specifically said that I wanted to see, and now we got the entire set. If you do notice that price tag does say $67. So we do know the sizing on that one's a little bit messed up, but I had specifically asked for this, and it was like they listen to you about the pockets, they listen to me about the Good to the Bone hoodie. So was definitely happy to see that. And look at those beautiful pants. Look at that.
Yeah, this design is really cool. It's fun. You did call it. I'm like, good job, John.
Dude, exactly. So just I'm no dumbass, so. That's,
I like it.
So that was the one that I was really happy to see. And Dustin, now that we see more of these performance joggers, come out, I do have to ask you now that we do have 3 now on the website. Do you plan on purchasing a pair to give them a shot on Wearable Fandom?
I don't know about that. I don't know. Like, I'm waiting for the design, the black tiger style design that they had and they previewed in Tokyo. That probably would have been the one if I was going to get on board with this. But I don't know. It just I don't know. I like tuxes, but I don't like the idea of this just sort of like what's the name for this? Like, there was a name for this jogger hoodie combo. What's this called?
I mean, would you call it a tux? I mean, or would you?
No. What's it called, audience?
I don't know. I mean, a shirt and a shorts is a tux. Why not a hoodie and joggers? I mean,
I guess.
Am I not? There's a specific word just for this?
Well, I thought there might be, but maybe I'm not. Because if you think about it, there's like the whole idea of Zubaz. Do you know Zubaz?
I do not.
Zubaz were like pants, like pants that were crazy colors and stuff like that. Ron's like a sweatsuit, and I guess but it's not. This is not the same material as a sweatsuit. Like this is the performance hoodie. Like it's the same material as the performance hoodie, right?
For the pants. A loungewear set.
Loungewear. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's the category. Yeah. I think you're right about that. That is the category. But yeah, I don't know, John. I don't know. Just don't know. Yeah. Any others catch your attention?
I mean, look. I mean, I'm personally always happy with that. I'm like the Reaper's nice. The Good to the Bone is nice. That was definitely the one that I wanted to see. Let me just take a quick look again. The Monster Mask Mania also not bad. That is a fun one to me. I like that. I like when they have like little things when you got to get close to read them.
Yeah,
I think that's fun. Yeah. There was a lot of people on Insiders talking about the herringbones. People said I think it's a nice looking shirt. It doesn't scream out Halloween to me. Like, I don't know unless this is a reference to something that I'm not automatically getting. No. I think it's a great. I think it's a cool looking design. I just don't know how it screams out Halloween. I feel like they can kind of put that out with anything, truthfully. But I saw some people on Insiders talking about that.
Yeah, I mean it's a herringbone pattern with bones, and I think it's cool. Like, they took a swing. This is I don't want to yuck anybody's yum. That's a cool shirt for somebody. That person is not me. I also liked the Bad Seed. Did you get a look at Bad Seed?
Yeah, I did get a look. Yeah, these are like different. That's a ghost pepper right there.
Yes, exactly.
No, that's pretty cool. I like that, especially if you're a person that likes to cook and make fun things. I think that's a great design for you.
Yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yep. And we had one more drop.
We did. Let me see. Let me move there. Though, in fact, one from today, actually.
Yes, sir.
And that one happens to be Marvel Zombies. All right. Now, before we jump into this, I'm curious. Did you ever read the Marvel Zombies comic series?
I have not. No, I did not. I didn't grow up with that. No.
Okay.
Right. I'm assuming you have them.
I don't own them, but I have the Marvel app and I read comics through there, like historical comics and stuff like that, like legacy comics. And Marvel Zombies was a really fun moment. A lot of fun stuff. Just a fun era when zombies were like a big deal. But this is a pretty good rundown, and I'm curious which of these caught your fancy.
So we got a lot in this drop. There's a lot that came out. Most notably, I want to say, we've seen the Thing performance hoodie and jogger set going around as a convention, like a traveling convention exclusive. So that was kind of cool to finally see that drop. So that's what I was saying. We have three of these sets now on the website for purchase. In terms of what I thought was the win, I must say I think the coach jacket looked really nice. I think they did a great job with that. It seems to be, I guess maybe this year we're going more into coach jackets than we are with the what was the other jackets that they were, the bomber jackets.
Yeah, the reversible bombers.
Right, we were seeing reversible bombers, but now this past two drops now we've seen these coach jackets. So I can't help but wonder if this is a direction that Roosevelt is going in, and maybe not doing so much of the bomber jackets. I'd love to try one on. I don't have a coach jacket. I'd love to try one on and see how the fit is on that. But I think just for the colors alone, I really enjoyed the Cosmic Carnivores. That is a great looking design. With I imagine the colors on that one look really nice. But what about you? What did you enjoy?
Yeah, the Cosmic Carnivores is really interesting because you've got Ant-Man or Giant Man in there. You've got a lot of interesting stuff. And for me, I actually liked the Never Meet Your Heroes, MEAT, because this was a kind of a showing some of the heroes that were in their zombie form, and then it was naming them after a cut of meat. So there's the skirt steak, the top sirloin, tomahawk chop, the rib eye. They made a bunch of good, funny, kind of humorous jokes around them. I thought that was cool. I thought the coach jacket was also really neat, as you mentioned. I was actually really surprised to see the things set up in here, like the performance hoodie and the joggers. We'll call that a sweatsuit. I thought that was pretty surprising. And yeah, I mean, overall, I thought it was a really good drop. It was heavy. And it was enough to pretty much carry us through a lot of the month of October. It's still only September, so why are we getting so crazy with buying spooky season? When does spooky season actually start versus end?
It feels like it's getting earlier and earlier every year. So definitely, that's it's getting earlier and earlier. But I like the spooky season. I have no problems with that. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm fine with it getting earlier and earlier.
Yeah, exactly. Daniel Perez is asking, are pineapples cruise attire?
Daniel, whatever you do on the cruise, by all means, my friend. I think you can have lots of fun with pineapples on the cruise. It's just a matter of how much fun you want to have. So by all means, my friend, go along with it.
Yeah, exactly. Well, there's one other question now while we've got a few folks here hanging with us. I'm kind of curious about, and John knows that I'm particularly sensitive about the duration of our shows. We usually try to have a good time for an hour, be a good hang, and then not dominate or take up too much time from folks. And before we went live, we were editing that down. So we would sometimes have lines of conversation that would just be kind of meandering or wandering, and we would just cut them. You don't get that benefit when we're live. You've got to listen to all the dumb stuff that we say. And actually we're a lot more focused, I think, now, because we know that there's people actually listening to us literally live. But I'm kind of curious, you guys, what's the optimal duration of this cast for you? I'll put this up as a poll on YouTube. I'll put it on Facebook as well. But I'm curious, since some of you are here, what's the optimal length? Should this show be about an hour? Should it be 30 minutes? Should it be 5 hours? That's obviously pretty crazy. Nothing that we could probably keep honest
But
to.
we do it for you. We do it for you.
We do it for you. A month's worth of content in one day. Yeah, exactly. We do it for you.
We would figure it out.
I tend to say that personally, I think the show is as long as it needs to be to say what we want to say, cover the shirts. Some weeks we don't have a lot. Like, I mean, we've come on here and we've had six drops, including show drops from conventions, plus drops that they made while they were there, plus others. Like, sometimes it's really, really busy and cramped. We've got a lot to talk about. Other times, we're just having fun, shooting our mouths and kind of going. And I think it's just good to get feedback from the audience. Like, how long, do you guys think that the podcast should be? And, well, you know what? Ask and ye shall receive. Daniel is our superhero supporter. Honestly, however long you go, we watched. I really appreciate that.
Thank you,
but then he slides it in. But 60 to 90 minutes is optimal. Yeah. E. Allen says, depends on the week and the info and the drop cycle. Yeah, I think he's kind of reinforcing, or they are reinforcing, talk as long as you need to. Our good buddy Ron says an hour is a sweet spot, but I've never felt like things went too long, because the content and conversation can carry the show. That gets the heart.
Oh.
That's
a testament.
That gets this. That's the hug. That's the hug, right?
That's a testament to the two of us. On how well we are able to communicate and being able to hold the conversation for this long, it's hard.
I love it.
So so we it's definitely fun and easy for us. So
yeah, absolutely. Well, I think that is running about the gamut here of what we have to talk about. We've got to give back our microphones to the Sinclair Broadcasting Corporation, and they got to put them away, and then they have to escort us off property with a cardboard box of our things, because we already got kicked off the air.
We got kicked off the air already?
We got kicked off the air. I don't know what you said, but I'm sure it was something you did, because why wouldn't it be?
Right. We'll learn about it in the morning, I'm sure. But yeah, so I mean, sorry, but we'll be sure to make a donation to a certain foundation tomorrow.
There you go. And for those of you real ones who are here right to the end, John and I are talking about a Vegas weekend. I don't know when. I know when it's not going to be. It's not going to be the Catalina Wine Mixer or the weekend of the cruise, but we're talking about it. Maybe not a meetup. There's already people in Vegas that do meetups, and we don't want to step on toes. But we might pick a date and just kind of go be there and have fun. We might go see Backstreet Boys. We might go gamble. We might do fun stuff. If that sounds like fun to you, stay tuned, because we just might have that coming sooner than you think. So keep in this, and that's a secret Easter egg for folks who are still here, the real ones who are still here right at the end. And that includes Mickey and Macy.
Vegas.
That's right.
Oh yeah, Macy's here. Macy's here. Yes, she loves being on the podcast.
I just licked my butt, Dad. I just licked my butt. Like, can I put my tongue in your mouth? No.
I love my dog so much. They want love, because I just come in the door and I start.
I get it.
They don't even get a moment to get hugs and cuddles and stuff they need. No, but a Vegas weekend with all of our insider friends would be so much fun.
It would be a lot of fun.
Definitely stay tuned for that.
Vegas, baby. Vegas, baby. Vegas. All right. Well, I think that's going to do it here for Where Mighty Things. Until next time, Where Mighty Things. And don't drink Pepsi. Bye, everybody.